Right, another intro. This intro is for the braided brake lines and the power steering. Off the back of the service, I've brought some braided brake lines and a new power steering pipe from BMW. It's on the bench just there. Because I've got to open those fluid systems, being the power steering and the brake fluid, I've changed all the other fluids within the car. So these are what I'm considering a modification, because we've got to fit a new power steering return pipe to the reservoir from the oil cooler and the braided brake line, so it's obviously going to have new brake fluid flushed through the system. Now, the car is in exactly the same place as the last intro, because I've recorded the pair of them together because I'm planning on just smashing the work out. We'll jack it up, get the wheels off. From here on out is brakes and power steering fluid. Right, we're back in the engine bay because I've had enough of brakes. I've taken the intake back out because it's time for me to replace the power steering pipe that is a problem. Now, I was under the impression it routes from this side down under and into an oil cooler somewhere down there. However, it doesn't. It comes to the oil cooler up here, which I'm not going to say is a problem, but there isn't really a low point where I can drain the oil out, because that's ideally what I would like to do. There's a pipe down there that attaches to a hard line which goes under the engine bay. Well, I say under the engine bay, under the engine, but I don't really want to mess with it. It's the one that comes further. So, it's the bottom one here. Do I like the idea that it's the bottom one? Nope. Normal circumstances, you remove the return pipe to the power steering and just cycle the rack back and forth, but I don't know if that's the return. I think the return's at the very bottom. Am I leaking fluid? Oh, it's coolant, it's alright, I'm not worried about coolant at the minute. Yeah, I think the return line goes into the bottom of this reservoir, so whatever's in the reservoir has got to come out. Yay. Didn't record that. Just syringed as much as I could out of there. But I don't think I'm finished, to be honest, so let's go back in. Oh, there we go. I think I'm going to take this full bracket out. So there's a bolt there, a bolt here, and two nuts down there. Once I've got those out, I should be able to tip this bottle upside down. Not sure whether I'd recommend that yet, but I need to drain the system, and Draining systems isn't one of my strong points at the minute, so I'm trying to be really careful. I'm going to undo that one as well, just to allow some movement on this expansion tank. All this for a power steering pipe. So, that bracket's out. Don't know if that's a good thing. Right, I'm going to put that under there. My plan now is to try and turn this over and effectively pour it out the bottom. No, that's not going to work. But I've got a lot more movement on the pipe, so that's good. I need a flat screwdriver to try and get that clip off. Don't think that one's big enough. This might be perfect. Don't even think you can actually see what I'm doing, to be honest. Playing with this here. Right, here's the new pipe. Do you ever forget about me? It is that bottom pipe. Do it in the dark with smiles on our faces.
Stop it. Get some help.
Right. Because I know that that's the new pipe that I'm doing, I'm just going to cut it off. Because I've had enough of wrestling with it now. Who knew that these garden shears were multi-purpose? Yeah, that should be all right. Right, what I need to do now is get that clip off there, because I'm going to need that. It'd be really nice if I'd got more garage towels. Right. The pipe's hanging down there. Now I need to figure out this bit. Oh, okay. Actually looks relatively easy, he says. Actually, what I should do first is go and turn the steering wheel left and right. I've not got the key. Right, I've gone all captain slow and I've cleaned this bracket. And that's in. Hit the floor. That's good news. I need to rework these clips before I continue. That's still got some oil in it, and now it's all over my bumper. No, and all over the floor. Really regretting putting this bracket on now. These are the lives you love to lead, to dance. This is the real life, everything you owe. Right, don't know if you've noticed, but really like Miller's. So we've got some more Miller's stuff. I don't know why I've done it like that again. You ain't staying there. You can get down. I'm not having that as the oil level. I've ordered 3 of these. You're having some more? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't see the oil level. I'm not very happy about this. It hasn't even gone down. It's gone down a little bit now. I've poured literally half a litre in there. Right, after watching a quick video of the guy somewhere bleeding and replacing his hydraulic power steering fluid, I believe he did it with the engine running. Now, because I've got no coolant, I can't imagine it's going to be a problem, but I don't want to run it for too long, so I'm actually going to wait until I've got some help, so I can have one person on the controls in there and someone here to top it up as and when it needs it, because, well, I don't want it to run dry. I did that with the Fiesta once. The power steering went pop, and then I looked at the side of the bottle and I thought I could see the level, and the level was terrible. To a point that it had just sucked all of it through, pumped it round. I thought turning the wheels back and forth, left and right, I'd be able to pump some of that fluid through the system, but it would appear I am wrong. But I'm alright with that. It may do it on some other cars, but not this one. There we go, we'll put that down there nice and safe. Might crank it a little bit. The problem I've got at the minute is all this is still in pieces, so I might rebuild all of this first and then maybe turn it over. Right, been doing some work today to the M3. Again, not that you'd know it was a different day, but basically the brake pipes have been removed. Now, the guys that have been helping me didn't want to be on camera, so I've not recorded any of it. But if I get a torch, I can show you that our new braided brake line is fitted with a new pipe that goes all the way up to, is it the master cylinder? The brake booster, the thing under there. We've had to join just in here to do the same for this side, which I need to spray that in brake cleaner to make sure that it's all degreased and fresh. And then from here you can see currently there is a singular new brake piping that goes all the way to the rear subframe. Now it's currently not ready, as we need to get that to the chassis of the car, add our new flexi in. Why I'm saying our, I don't know. Add the new flexi pipe in. So the kit that I bought from Hell has got a flexi piece for chassis to subframe and from subframe to brake caliper. So by the end of tomorrow, not that you know the days, that will be all fitted. And I'm going to say, in terms of brake pipe, I'm probably at 70-80% brand new pipes, which is loads more than I expected. The only original pieces of pipe for the braking system at the moment are from that side of the engine bay over to this side, 3 pipes. From here that way is all new, and from there down is new. So once that's done, we'll bleed them all up and then they'll be good to go. As soon as my sump plugs arrive, which is tomorrow, I'll get them in, get the gearbox oil in, start the engine. Start the engine and bleed the hydraulic power steering. At this point, the car is pretty much, not pretty much ready to go, so I've still got coolant. Glad I saw that. Someone called David from the M3 page on Facebook has been nice enough to say, I've got one of those plugs. Don't buy the one from BMW for £74 plus VAT. I've got one you can have for free. I've offered to give him some money, and I offered him the postage, and he said, no, don't worry, I'm happy to help. So thank you, David, you're a star. Do I need to go left to right or not?
Yeah, so as soon as it fires up, left to right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Okay, turn the engine off, mate. Because that's foamed it all up now. We'll have to wait and let it settle and then do it again.
Foamed it up bad, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's aerated it, so.
Brake fluid level, DBC failure, set time and date, flat time monitoring failure, start assistance inactive, DSC failure.
Yeah.
Thanks, BMW. Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That.
So we'll let it settle, essentially.
Oh right, okay. Is
And
that
then-
just because there's air in the system and it's pushed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just leave that in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking it'll help it aerate a bit better if there's no cap on it and no funnel.
Yeah.
So
Stick it on the floor upside down somewhere.
Fucking pub. I've just locked it.
Right, go on then.
Cool. Open that door for me. Thank you.
Are you serious?
I needed that. I'm not in the position.
It's because you're light-headed, isn't it? Right. Reese has just popped in the house. What we have done today so far is fitted all of the flexi brake pipes and all of the new Cooper nickel, something like that. We've bled the brakes, bled it all out using this pressure bleeder, and the brake pedal still doesn't feel that happy, to be honest. So, but we flushed it out with some cheap fluid, and now I'm putting my favourite Miller oils in because, you know, I like them, and this brake fluid's what got me onto them in the first place. Basically, what I'm going to do is follow the bleed. I'm going to flush all this brake fluid out that's nice and fresh. Luckily, it's clear, so I should see some yellow coming through as we're bleeding it. Once that's out, I'm going to plug the top don in, and Reese is going to be in control of the top don, and I'm going to go around all four corners bleeding the brakes with the ABS pump, just to make sure that it's happy. If it's happy, I can then start putting in the intake, the arch linings, little bits and pieces from around the car that are currently removed. Happy days. Right, in exactly reverse order, we have put the airbox back in, the arch linings in, wheels on, and the brakes have been bled correctly. The reason they were going wrong is because I wasn't following the procedure on the top diagnostic tool. Luckily, Reese up here, where is he? He giving us a wave? Can't see you with your orange gloves on no more on this little screen. He was like, I think we're doing this wrong. So he took over the instructions, and yeah, they're bled and we've got a good pedal. So all of it's good. The only thing left to do is to check the oil level and the coolant level once it's up to temperature tomorrow. I've got some coolant mixed up ready because I've done it at 25% mix. All the fluids I've put in this car are all Miller's. It's not sponsored. Why would they sponsor somebody like me? But, you know, if you want to, well, I'll have a go. I use all their products in everything else. So we've got, some Valvoline. That's not mine. But then Miller's. Coolant in here, Miller's. And then over there, CHF, Miller's. The only one that's not is the diff oil, which is Redline. The car's currently on charge. The power steering bled up nicely. So that was good. It feels much better already. I did drop the car into gear when we were on the axle stands, and into first gear the gearbox also felt much better. So I'll leave it on charge overnight, and then I will continue with this tomorrow morning. Right, it's definitely another day, and the car is back on the floor, and I thought the brakes were good because when Reese was here, I wasn't paying attention to what the top down diagnostic tool was saying, and Reese went, we're not doing it right, we need to be doing this. So we did it his way, and he said the pedal feels better, and I just took his word for it. So the car's back on the floor, it's back together. Well, not anymore. It was back together, and the pedal's still the same. So as it stands at the minute, it is on the floor, and I've got access to the master cylinder, because we're going to try and test the master cylinder. As well as testing the master cylinder, what I've also got is a box here. This has arrived today. Not that that means anything to you, but this is a new set of rear discs and pads, because I was expecting the rear pads to be knackered as the sensor light came on. So the car's got to go back in the air anyway, because I need to change those discs, and I may need to bleed the brakes the old-fashioned way, where I'm going to be getting someone to pump the pedal, and I will open the bleed nipple, allow them to push the air out, and hopefully there'll be air in the master cylinder that's trapped, that will be pushed out by fluid, and then my pedal will be spot on again. So as much as I'd love to video all of that, I'm probably only going to get the rear discs changed on video. So yeah, bear with, let's do this. Paddy, alright Paddy. Right, quick thing that's concerning me is, let's see, you can't see the brake discs at the minute. Let me slide this one over. This one, the old one, you can see the pattern on the holes. Now this one is the same. Now very interestingly, here it's got an L for left. So my brake discs have been on the wrong side. I don't think that's right. Well, it's not right, it's left, but the other one has got an R on it, so I'm going to put the one that says R on the right. Makes sense to me. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. I'm amazed that's only 65 Newton meters. Oh, I like them. They're really nice to get back in. Old pads. EI. Don't recognise that brand. This looks very similar to the outro of the last video, and that's because all of the work was done together, all as one big garage sitting, just in there plugging away as we can. The brake pipes, where do we start with the brake pipes? So the first brake pipe I went to crack off spun the metal part, which is actually steel on the BM. So from the brake booster, the ABS pump, from the ABS pump down is a complete new pipe. The three then that run across the engine bay are the originals, but when it reaches the other side of the engine bay, the one going to the front wheel has had a new section put in it, so that one's been cut. The other two join they're in a joiner in the wheel arch, and they are brand new pipes from there to the back to the subframe. We've got new flexes to the subframe, and then new hard pipes across to the other flexes, which then go to the caliper. And that has been a mission on its own. The brakes have been bled with a pressure bleeder. We've got all the old stuff out, we've got new stuff in, we put some good stuff in then, and the pedal would just not come back, and it was some air in the system. We'd pressure bled it. I'd done it with the diagnostic tool with the help of Reese, and we ran the ABS pump, bled each corner, and the pedal was still the same. Now again, another mate come round and we simply bled it the old fashioned way, cracked the nipple off, pumped the pedal, and air came out of all four corners, which it came out straight away, which doesn't make sense, but we have got a full set of brakes now. After fitting the pipes, well, between bleeding them up properly, I actually fitted new rear discs and new rear pads and a new rear pad wear sensor. I didn't set the handbrake up very well because I didn't wind it off, to be quite honest, so it was a pain. I managed to get the disc back on, as you'll see, but I didn't struggle, I just pushed it. So since then they've been back off, didn't record that, wound the adjuster in, put the disc back on, wound it out until it's got a nice amount of friction. Now these are set a little bit loose because the car's going on track. We don't want to be heating up the bells for no reason with a little bit of friction. The power steering pipe, that went well. The only thing we had to let happen was we ran it up lock to lock, and where that little bit of air was stuck in the pump and in the rack, it just kept aerating the fluid, and we did that until eventually it stopped. So we let it settle, let all the bubbles come out, lock to lock again, and happy days. So it's pretty much time for a track day now, so hopefully the next video you see on this, it'll be going around Alton Park. So if you want to see it get its head kicked in, or see me absolutely pooing myself because I don't know how to drive a rear wheel drive car fast, subscribe, you're going to see it coming soon. Thanks for watching.